are. Focus your efforts on productive shit, chatters. That is all I'm saying. Okay? It's so stupid. I'm telling you that it is insane, personally, to spend any amount of time beyond just like, yeah, this shit sucks, and move on as far as like AOC doing this thing. Okay? At a time when like people are literally getting ass blasted successfully by AIPAC and other lobbying groups for the crime of speaking out against Israel, like Jamaal Bowman is right now. Okay? Here it is. Pix 11 poll in New York 16 shows big lead for incumbent's primary challenger, George Latimer, against Representative Jamaal Bowman. He's at 48%. I can't do this. I can't do this any longer. I can't fucking play the song and dance. You guys are dumb as fuck. It's praxis, dude. Constantly fucking chirping about AOC and how she's not sufficiently pro-Palestinian is praxis. The easiest way to get past it is to say she fucked up. Here are my criticisms, but until someone better comes along, she's the best we got here. That's really interesting that you said that, because I've only said that probably 1,000 times over the course of the past literal hour or two. So it does seem like me just saying that is not causing people to fucking move on. Anyway. The way I see this, and AOC is far from like being a fucking Marxist-Leninist vanguardist or whatever the fuck, okay? But the way I see it, it hits too close to fucking home. She is, in many respects, one of the more progressive legislators on a lot of issues, okay? So when everybody fucking hyper focuses on like literally one of the closer fucking congresspersons that you have to your cause and constantly fucking chirp nonstop, it does feel like we're doing purity spirals. Okay? What do you want her to do? Assassinate Benjamin Netanyahu when he fucking comes into steps foot inside of the congressional halls or some shit? Like, what the fuck? It's so funny because I literally started this conversation talking about how like this community is like unimaginably hostile to any minor disagreement that they foresee. Any slight is like seen as the worst thing that anyone could do, not recognizing that people are, one, led by a multitude of different interests and are imperfect vessels altogether. Okay? No, just don't platform genocide supporter. She's disappointing and embarrassing. Dude, you are fucking insane. If you think that if you're calling AOC a genocide supporter, you are fucking insane. You are literally the most schizophrenic person on the planet right now. Okay? That is crazy. As far as people in Congress goes, she has openly called what Israel's doing a genocide. What the fuck are you saying?
The world. So there was no way in the world, especially based on what I've learned over the last few years in Congress, that I was going to support what Israel was doing right now. And when the ceasefire resolution came to my desk, led by my sisters Cori Bush and Rashida Tlaib, of course I signed on as an original co-sponsor. Because the other resolution that they were pushing was a complete AIPAC written resolution. And one of the first lines was, condemn Hamas for this unprovoked attack. And I stopped reading at that point. I'm like, well, if we're calling this an unprovoked attack, that means we're going to ignore 18 human rights organizations calling Israel an apartheid state.
God, he's so fucking sick. I can't believe, dude, Jamaal Bowman. Yo, they should literally pack up J Street. I swear to God. J Street is comprised of liberal Zionists. For the most part, it's supposed to be the antithetical, like the anti-AIPAC. But they do something very interesting. J Street takes congresspersons to the West Bank. And sometimes those congresspersons that go to the West Bank literally develop an understandable resentment towards the nation state of Israel in the ways that they conduct their affairs. Jamaal Bowman is one of those politicians who went to the West Bank on a J Street on a J Street sponsored trip and came back and was like, dude, that is the most fucked up shit I've ever seen in quite some time. Okay? Now, of course, there are others who also go to the West Bank and don't get that same exact fucking attitude. Like, what was it? It wasn't Hakeem Jeffries. There was another fucking, God, I'm forgetting his name now. He blocked me. Richie Torres.
And we're going to ignore 75 years of military occupation, which is illegal, or 700,000 settlers expanding into the West Bank, which is also illegal. Now, I am not justifying the killing of civilians by Hamas on October 7th. There's no justification. It's just an explanation of what the circumstances were that led to October 7th. And I believe then, and I believe now, if you want to end extremism, we need a free Palestine.
Why the fuck is J Street sending people to the West Bank if they aren't trying to radicalize them into anti-Zionism? Because J Street, to be fair, is like a type of liberal Zionism that is genuinely anti-settler violence. Sorry, I'm going to run it back. That's why. They are genuinely and legitimately anti-settler, which is why they take congresspersons to the West Bank for them to see. But when congresspersons from America see that shit, they're like, oh my God, this needs to be dismantled immediately. And I say this as someone who has, a lot of friends who maybe even at certain points in their careers and in their history worked at J Street. Like, when I say they are liberal Zionists who do legitimately hate the West Bank, like who do legitimately have issues with like settler violence, I mean it. They are. They're anti-settler, anti-apartheid are two different things. We're against both here, but some are only against the first, and obviously some are in favor of both. Yeah. AIPAC is pro-apartheid, pro-settler. J Street is anti-settler, but pro-Israel, doing regular Israel shit otherwise. Even the weirdo Sam Harris hates Israel being in the West Bank. Yeah. It's definitely a position that you hear from a lot of people in America, especially like a lot of liberal Zionists in America.
That led to October 7th. And I believe then, and I believe now, if you want to end extremism, we need a free Palestine. So don't.
I still think it's a problem that when censured and attempted to be held accountable by DSA for Zionist votes, Bowman's response was to leave the org. Now he comes back to them when he needs volunteers. It's not a good look. Yeah, dude, you're right. We should leave his ass to dry. I think. You have to analyze why he's getting fucking ass blasted right now. It's not like Latimer was like a profoundly popular candidate. He has tens of millions of dollars in AIPAC and AIPAC subsidiary funders being dumped into his fucking primaries for the specific reasons that he is detailing here. His position on Israel is it's an apartheid. It's ridiculous. That honesty is being met with a fuck ton of money because AIPAC wants this to be a point. You speak out against Israel and you're even in like a remotely precarious position in your district, we will come for you. They don't go after every single squad member. They have tried in the past. And if they fail a couple times, they just give up on it. But they want to make sure that there's a chilling effect. Okay?
Talk to me about, two-state solution where we're not doing anything to build a Palestinian state.